Hi there, and welcome to the Every Spaceman is Awesome Staff Christmas Party. Now, when the family Christmas tree set came out this year, and this elf was in it with a lovely classic space Christmas jumper, I mentioned in that video I thought it'd be a really cool idea to see how many Christmas jumpers we could get on all the classic spacemen. But I ran into a little bit of a problem, because although LEGO have made a lot of Christmas jumpers for minifigures, a lot of them are in slightly more obscure colours which aren't in the Every Spaceman is Awesome display. So I tracked down as many Christmas jumpers as I could in these colours, but thought I'd then resort to other festive torsos. But found even some colours don't even have a festive style torso. So I thought, what situation would all these guys be dressing up? And I thought, of course, it would be the annual staff Christmas party. So all these guys are raring to go and they want to get out there and paint the town red, or more accurately, paint the moon red. So let's get going and make all these guys festive. But just before we do, a very quick shout out as always to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. It really helps my channel out. And if anyone else wants to support the channel and become a channel member and get their name on a brick in my videos, you can click on the join button below the video or the link in the description and it'll tell you how. Or alternatively, if you're buying from lego.com, you could use my affiliate link also in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything more on what you buy at lego.com, but Lego give me a small commission. But anyway, on with the Christmas party. And we're going to start on the right hand side with the pink astronaut. And for this I went to the Winter Village Holiday Main Street set, where one of the shoppers is wearing a pink jumper. Now, it's not strictly speaking a Christmas jumper, but still something you might wear to your Christmas party. Now, this minifigure does have darker pink arms, so we do need to change those over too. But fortunately, I still have the bag of all the minifigures from my original Everyone is Awesome set. So we're going to take this torso, pull the arms off another torso, and put our pink astronaut together. And we have our first astronaut ready for the Christmas party. Now, this is probably my least favourite of the 15, but at least it came from a Christmas set, which was the Winter Village Holiday Main Street. And with this one being my least favourite, make sure you stick around to find out what the gold astronaut's wearing, because that is my favourite. So moving on to our purple astronaut. And for this, we've got two options. They could either be wearing this lovely purple suit and tie, which the Joker is currently wearing from his Lowrider set back in 2017, or alternatively they could be wearing this heart jumper, which we can take from the mermaid figure from the Trolls World Tour. And having a closer look, I really think that the purple astronaut would be a lot more dapper than just wearing a heart jumper, so let's put him in this lovely suit. But like with the previous minifig, we're also going to have to steal the hands and the arms off the purple Everyone is Awesome torso. And this is the first time I've seen this torso with purple arms, and I think that one looks really good. He looks absolutely superbly smartly dressed, ready for the Christmas party. And next we come to the dark blue astronaut. And for this one we can use our first Christmas jumper, and that's coming from the 2024 Lego City Advent Calendar. And this one's got two Lego City helicopters flying towards a star. So we're going to need to find her some dark blue hands, but let's swap that torso over. So I've stolen some blue hands off a Lego City Space minifigure, and we have our first astronaut actually wearing a Christmas jumper to the party. So moving along, we come to our classic blue spaceman, of course made famous by having a broken chin strap in the Lego movie as Benny. And for him we're going to move over to the Avengers Advent Calendar for 2023, where Black Widow was wearing this amazing Christmas jumper with two snowmen. Again, we're going to need hands off the Everyone is Awesome torso, so let's get that Christmas jumper on our blue astronaut. And I think this is definitely my favourite so far, but I'll have to hold off judgment to the end to see if it's going to be my overall favourite, or whether that gold astronaut's going to pip him to the post. So best one so far, moving on to light blue. Now, as everyone will know who's watched any of my videos before, Lego don't make a light blue space helmet, so our light blue astronaut's already dressed up in bunny ears, which is clearly the sort of thing that the company Joker would wear to the Christmas party. But for his torso we're going to go on to another Winter Village set, and that's the Alpine Lodge. And one of the children in that set has this really nice knitted jumper, and taking the scarf off you can see the pattern a whole lot better, and on this torso it actually goes onto the back as well. And once again, taking hands from the Everyone is Awesome torso, it's going to be a great combination of knitted jumper and bunny ears. Now, I've got all the Winter Village sets which Lego have made, and looking through for torsos, they were a great source of knitted jumpers. And adding the light blue hands and legs, I think this one looks really superb. So moving on to turquoise, and not a Christmas torso. And he, of course, is a relative newcomer to the display, only joining this year, coming from the minifig dispensing machine. And looking through all the torsos which Lego have ever made in this colour, the best option was going smart with another jacket and tie like the purple astronaut, and that's going to be taken from the butler from the Disney Mini Haunted Mansion set. Now, I don't have any hands in this colour, so this is the first time we're actually going to have to borrow the hands from the original astronaut. And as with the light blue, this is another torso which looks totally different once you give it hands and legs of the same colour. And you always get at least 1 or 2 people looking super smart at a Christmas party. So I can see him and the purple astronaut hanging out together. So we're 6 figures in, and this is what the lineup is starting to look like. We've got 3 wearing Christmas jumpers, 2 who've dressed up smart, and then we've got the pink astronaut who just looks like they really couldn't be bothered. To be honest, I don't think they really wanted to go to the Christmas party anyway. There's always one party pooper in every organisation. So let's move on and see what the green astronaut's going to wear. Now this minifigure obviously originated many years ago from the exosuit set, and they're going to be the first minifigure who's going to have a space themed jumper, and that's going to come from Luke Skywalker from the 2024 Star Wars Advent Calendar. And he's definitely not coming to the Christmas party because he's looking far too grumpy, but he does have a really nice Tatooine themed Christmas jumper with 2 suns setting. So let's get it onto our green astronaut. And now I think he's another one which looks absolutely superb. And with him finished, we're going to be moving on to yellow, which is our halfway point. Now with yellow, my plan was to go with Gonzo from the Muppets series of collectible minifigures, and he'd clearly be another Joker from the organisation wearing this wild shirt and tie. But then I thought, no, we've got our light blue spaceman who's already wearing his bunny ears. He's definitely the Joker of the organisation. So what else could the yellow astronaut wear? Well, being yellow, what else could we use? The yellow astronaut is clearly the show-off of the Space Academy, and you just know that all the other staff members would be rolling their eyes at each other as he entered the party. But just this second, I have kind of thought it does look a little bit odd with him having a bare chest like that, because if that's a bare chest, that does mean he's just naked at the party. And although he is a show-off and wants to show everyone his six-pack, I don't think he wants to show anything else. So let's see what he looks like with the Gonzo shirt on. And yes, even if it is just to stop him getting arrested for indecent exposure, I think we'll leave him in his wacky shirt and tie. So we're halfway there, and we've got pink jumper, purple suit, dark blue city Christmas jumper, blue Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas jumper, light blue knitted jumper, turquoise suit and tie, green Tatooine Christmas jumper, and yellow wacky shirt. So moving on to our orange astronaut. And this of course was the first complete new colour which LEGO gave us since the original colours. The green exosuit minifig did come first, but he didn't get a green classic helmet till years later. And for this one I was really pleased because I thought I could use Cedric Diggory's jumper from the 2025 Harry Potter Advent Calendar. However, once I got him out I realised that he is bright light orange, and actually nowhere near the regular orange colour we needed. So once again I trawled through every orange torso which LEGO have ever made, and the best that I could come up with was this sleeveless classic orange halter top. It's fairly plain, but she seems happy wearing it to the Christmas party. But as it's sleeveless, once again we're going to have to borrow hands and arms off the orange torso in the original Everyone is Awesome set. And once put all together, I think it's the best we're going to do in orange for a Christmas party. So moving on to red, and 2 major points. Firstly, one of the original 2 colours of classic Spaceman, and also he's going to use the torso which started this all off. And that of course is the amazing classic space Christmas jumper which was found on the elf in this year's family Christmas tree set. I bought that set for the light green air tanks and helmet, but the classic space Christmas jumper is an amazing added bonus. So let's find him some red hands from the original set and pop him on our astronaut. And he looks absolutely amazing. He must have gone out of his way to manage to get the company logo put on a Christmas jumper for the party. So that's red, and we've got 5 more to go. Now there is another classic space Christmas jumper, and that's in the 2025 City Advent Calendar, and it would have been really great to use this one too in the display. However, it comes in sand blue, and I think the closest colour we have is light grey. When you put them side by side, you can see it really wouldn't have matched very well. So until LEGO can give us some sand blue classic space helmet and air tanks, I'm afraid this Christmas jumper's not going to the party. So after red, next comes reddish brown. And for that, we're going to go to the LEGO City Advent Calendar from 2021. And I'd like to introduce to you a named character who is Top Hat Tom. Now we need to get rid of that scarf, pull his arms off and replace them with brown ones, which of course will also come from the original Everyone is Awesome set. So let's see what that torso looks like. Now the torso does have a slight pattern, which you can see if I manage to catch the light across it, but it looks much better once we swap the arms out. And I think he looks incredibly dapper with his v-neck jumper and his bow tie. But as smart as he looks, the black astronaut is going to definitely outsmart him. So moving on to black, my favourite astronaut, who was introduced in the mid-80s in only a couple of sets, who is really difficult to get hold of these days with a good quality logo on his torso. And for him we're going to go to the Wedding Favour set from 2016, and we're going to steal the groom's tuxedo. And here he is looking very smart on his wedding day. Little does he know, in a few minutes time he's going to have his hands pulled off and his tuxedo stolen. So the groom's gone off to get married in a different outfit, and I think the black classic spaceman's looking really cool. And with him done, we've only got grey, white and gold to go. Now earlier on, for the light blue astronaut, we used the jumper from one of the children in the Alpine Lodge set. And for light grey, we're going to return to the Alpine Lodge set, but we're going to use the torso from the Lodge owner. Now she looks incredibly snug and warm in this lovely cardigan. Maybe not quite as smart as some of the others, but definitely good on a cold winter's night. And as jumpers go, I think that's a really smart look. And we're down to our last two. And first of those two is one of the original two colours from 1978, when Classic Space only existed in red and white. And this is one of those figures from slightly later in the early 80s, but has still got a really decent gold logo on his chest. But let's see what he's going to wear to the Christmas party. Now our first option is this amazing Thanos white Christmas jumper, which Nebula is wearing in the Guardians of the Galaxy advent calendar. Now this looks pretty good, although there is quite a lot of blue on it, and I didn't want that to detract from the white. So I've also found another option, and that's the Cat Lover from Series 27 of the collectible minifigures. Now I've been umming and ahhing about which one of these two I should use for the last couple of days. Now Nebula does have a lot of blue on the jumper, but then the Cat Lover also has quite a lot of colour too. But as it's a Christmas party, I think we should probably go for the Christmas jumper option and not the cat jumper option. So let's swap out the hands and get that torso onto our astronaut. And I'm pretty sure that's the one we should go for, but let me know in the comments below if you think you prefer the cat jumper. And just for comparison's sake, this is what the other one would look like. It's definitely got more white on it, but it's a lot less Christmassy. So that's 14 out of the 15 done. We just need to see what our gold astronaut's going to wear. And in pearl gold, there aren't that many options which LEGO have given us in torsos. There are quite a few different C-3POs, but that's not very Christmassy. But fortunately, back in 2017, LEGO did make the Batcave break-in set. And to one side of that set were several outfits which Batman could choose from. And the best of which being was this amazing Batman gold tuxedo, complete with sparkles on the front, sparkles on his arms, and of course a sparkly cape. Now the sparkly cape would get in the way of his oxygen tanks and could be a health risk. So we're just going to use the tuxedo torso for now, swap out the hands and get it on the astronaut. And here he is, and you just know that he definitely wears this outfit to every party he goes to. But just before we look at the complete lineup, I thought this was an interesting shot which I've never had before. All 15 colours of Classic Space torso which LEGO have ever made, all together in one place. But let's turn away from those and let's look at our final lineup for our Christmas party. And so we have got pink, purple, dark blue, blue, light blue, turquoise, green, yellow, orange, red, brown, black, light grey, white, and of course pearl gold. And even Father Christmas himself has come out to see how smartly dressed they all are for the Christmas party. And all 15 of them happen to be on the nice list, so I'm sure he's got some Christmas presents for them all in his sack. Do let me know in the comments below if you think there's a torso in one of these colours which is better suited for this display. If you've liked this fun little Christmas special of Every Spaceman is Awesome, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel out and helps get the YouTube algorithm to put this video out to many other people. Now next Friday is the day after Christmas Day, or Boxing Day as we call it here in the UK, and I'm going to be extremely busy visiting family and hopefully getting some rattling presents in my Christmas stocking. But I'll still try and get a small video out, probably showing you what LEGO I got on Christmas Day. And remember, if you're interested in becoming a channel member and getting your name on a brick in my videos, click the link in the description below and it'll tell you how. But mostly, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe for more LEGO videos.